You are welcome back. We now head to Rivers State, where the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, has approved a minor cabinet reshuffle. This was disclosed in a statement by the secretary to the Rivers State government, Dr. Tammy Danagogo, on Tuesday. Former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Zacchaeus Adango has been deployed to the Ministry of Special Duties, while former Commissioner for Finance, Barrister Isaac Kamalu, is now deployed to the Ministry of Employment, Generation and Economic Empowerment. The two have been directed to hand over their respective permanent secretaries immediately. The redeployment takes immediate effect. Now, staying with politics, the Rivers State House of Assembly on Monday passed the Rivers State Local Government Amendment Bill into law by overriding the assent of Governor Siminalayi Fubara. The new law, amongst others, stripped the governor of the power to appoint caretaker committees for local government areas. It also makes it mandatory for the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct elections before the expiration of the tenure of local government's chairman. The new law also provides that if LG elections cannot hold for any reason, the tenure of the sitting chairman would be extended by not longer than 6 months. This is the 6th time the House will be overriding the governor to enact laws. Now, to discuss this, we are joined by political commentator Godswill Jumbo. Good morning, Mr. Godswill. Good to have you.
Yes, good morning. How is everyone at News Central?
Great. Thank you very much. Now, beyond the surface level changes, what are the potential political implications of the Rivers State Governor's Cabinet reshuffle?
Well, I think it's all about ongoing re-engineering of the system for optimum productivity, for optimize the delivery of government services to the people of Rivers State. Professor Adango, an erudite scholar, a man of repute, compelled by political exigencies to find himself in the situation he is, has to be moved to somewhere where his visibility may not be that much. As much as he's pandering to the dictates of the political environment, I think the political players also are taking into account his reputation, his antecedents, and are trying to also make sure they protect that. The man has put in a lot to get to where he is now. So let's not sacrifice all of that on the altar of politics. I think that's what the governor is trying to do. Then for Isaac Kamalu, we've known him, a politician, a technocrat, and all of that. Probably his current ministry, which is now XY, as at yesterday when these statements came public, maybe the unsuitability given the political realities now in the states. Who knows, maybe he's the one asking to be moved, or the governor in his wisdom is also trying to also protect these guys. Because, they've been all friends, they've been colleagues. So that camaraderie has to be preserved one way or another at the same time while the politics is being played. But on the whole, for Rivers people, I think the governor is steering the ship of the state in such a way that the politics that is ongoing, does not affect governance in any way. We've seen him moving about, trying to assess the state's economic assets and work in the direction of reactivating them and maybe creating new ones in order to jumpstart the economic lifeline of the states, so that employment will be created, opportunities will be created, the IGRO will be upped, and all of that. So I think all of that is for the consideration of the good, the welfare, the well-being of the states and her people. I think that's the goal here. And I think so far, the governor has been doing well, and the other political actors too have tried the best they can to also play along. And I think the peace in the state is highly appreciated. At least we can give the politicians that one. Not to lose sight of the very small, tiny minority, like
Okay,
1%
so
of
I'm going to
those
talk
who
about the
stake the
camaraderie you spoke
fires.
about in just about a minute, but let me talk about the disputes. In the context of the ongoing disputes over the local government amendment bill, how will this reshuffle impact the governor's relationship with the State House of Assembly?
Okay, well, as we know, the position of the law in this country is very clear. The people who are amending and re-amending and putting up all that drama legally are no more members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. And I would always say it again and again, that the media should recuse itself from recognizing institutions, individuals who are legally non-existent in a way that projects the media to be an enabler, an entrencher of illegality. Those lawmakers, former lawmakers, by their own action, by their own volition, have ceased to be lawmakers. They exited the political party that sponsored them to that position. Of their own volition, they decamped to another political party. And the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is very clear. And this has been contested up to the level of the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court has upheld the sanctity of that aspect of the Constitution, that when you are sponsored by Party A to an office, and while in that office, you decamp to Party B, automatically, without a court case, without a sack letter, without anything, you lose that office.
Okay.
So I think it is wrong for the media to continuously refer to those guys as the members of the House of Assembly. So they don't actually exist. And whatever they do there is the same thing as what anybody would do in a beer parlor. It is of no moment. It doesn't mean anything.
All right, Mr. Jumbo. So let's talk about the governor's lack of veto power over the local government bill. Now, what legal challenges or strategies or alternatives could the administration pursue to regain that power over the caretaker committees, especially?
By law, the governor does not lose anything. The governor does not lose any power to do anything about the local governments. The people making and amending the law, they don't exist. Their powers to make those laws are non-existent. The local governments, their tenures will expire by June. When that expires, naturally, the heads of local government administration will take over the administration of the local governments, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. The people who are sitting down somewhere, like people in a beer parlor and doing one or two things and saying they are acting in respect of the law, they themselves are caught up by the law. The law, the same law they are trying to make, that same law has exited them from the position of making those laws they are trying to make. So the powers to decide what to do with the local government is actually non-existent, as with regards to those people. The governor is, watching the environment, and when it gets to the time when the current local government administration, their tenure will expire, is it the House of Assembly that will extend their tenures? Do they have that is even the House of Assembly. We're not talking of an illegal group of people sitting somewhere and doing something that are of no consequence. We are sure that when June comes, the tenures of the local government. By the way, a court has even ruled and quashed all of that drama.
Okay. Okay.
I think 2 of the local government chairmen went to court, challenging the action of those guys. I don't call them lawmakers. I call them guys. I call them gentlemen sitting somewhere and sipping
Well, all right
or
then, Mr. Jumbo.
beer,
Thank you very much, Mr. Jumbo.
The court of law has said all of that does not exist. So when the tenure of the local government administration, the current administration, gets to an end, the governor will decide what to do.
All right,
And the
Mr.
system
Jumbo.
naturally will take.
I want to thank you very much, Mr. Jumbo, for joining us and giving us your view. Thank you indeed.